right, on the previous slide, you would have seen this math tip that says if two numbers are opposite reciprocals, then the product is -1. Here in the sixth section of lesson 8-2, we're going to cover questions 7 and 8. 7 says, next, the drafter needs to draw line Q so that it's perpendicular to line N and passes through the point -9, 7. A, what is the slope of line line Q, and how do you know? B, what's the equation of line Q written in point slope form? C, what is the equation of line Q written in slope intercept form? And D, sketch the line Q on the drafter's coordinate plane from the previous page. Number 8, model with mathematics. Finally, the drafter needs to draw line R so that it's perpendicular to line N and passes through the point 8, 0. What is the equation of line R written in point slope form? What is the equation of line R written in slope intercept form? And then also sketch this line on the previous page as well. This one's going to take you probably a little longer, so we're going to go with a 7-minute time limit here. 7 minutes to work through questions 7 and 8 completely. Go ahead and pause your video now. All right, so here in question number 7, I worked through the problem. I said, well, if it's perpendicular to the slope of, if it's perpendicular to line N, that means that the slope had to be -8/1 because they have to be opposite reciprocals of one another. You also told me that it went through the point -9, 7. So I wrote it in this formula. Y minus 7 equals -8 parentheses x plus 9. I did my math in the my notes section. I used the distributive property. Then I did the addition property of equality. And I came up to the equation y equals -8x minus 65. Now, when I graphed that, obviously, guess what? I don't have -65 on this chart. So I had to start with one of the points that was given to me, which is the -9, 7. So I graphed the point -9, 7, which was up here. And I said, okay, well, my slope is down 8/1. And that landed me right here, and I plotted that line. And these should be perpendicular to one another, which means that these two intersection points here should form right angles. Now, in question number 8, it said, the drafter needs to draw line R so that it's perpendicular to line N. Well, remember line N had that 1/8 slope, so we need a -8/1 slope. And this time it wants to pass through the point 8, 0. So again, I set up the equation in the point slope form, where recall that my M is -8 and my x1, y1 was 8, 0. All right. Lastly, I then did the my notes section again and worked through the problem to write it in slope intercept form. But recall that whenever I do this, there's no positive 64 on my graph. So again, I had to start with the point that they told me would be on the graph, which was 8, 0. So I went 8, 0, which is here. Well, I couldn't go down 8 and over 1 again. So this time I went up 8 and backwards 1, because I can still treat it that way. I can do opposites, or I can do exactly like it is. So kind of keep that in mind. So go ahead and go to your debriefing question. Good luck.